Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate General Civil War for episode number 61 of our Confederate Let's Play, playing through this game's grand campaign. We are now in the final phase of the assault on Washington, the attempt to win the game once and for all. We've sort of already successfully attacked and taken Fort DeRussy as well as Fort Stevens, and we're now here in the southern portion of the battlefield, flanking the main Union forces and attacking Washington directly. We'll see how this all plays out. This was taken from a live stream from a couple of weeks ago, and without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and step out and allow you guys to enjoy the live stream commentary, and we'll see how this series plays out at the end, and we'll also see how this battle unfolds. It's been an amazing run, 61 episodes. We'll see if this is the last one. It may not be, but we'll only find that out by seeing what happens here. So guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy, and away we go. Bring the artillery forward. Keep pushing on this fort. Try and move the artillery here. King's Battery into this little cover area. Got some good cover to attack the fort here from the flank. Its flank's a bit exposed. He's also. Okay. I don't know if we need to charge the fort or what. They flanked by the artillery fire? Really? That's what it is? I don't want to take the city. I want to try and go around the city for now. I want to go up and over and take the other fort. Then we'll take the city. Strickland's moving across our front. Alright. Shields' battery just got torn up a bit. Meanwhile, continuing to attack here. What do they have? 28,000 men? Or 18,000 men? We've lost about 2. They've lost about 1. That'll change. I am very confident. Change. Driving them up and away from the city again, where they're going to need to counterattack. So that's a good development, I think. Moving in behind these defensive works. Crocker's brigade with their... Those are the brigade... That's the brigade with the Springfields. Nice. Maybe one more volley finishes off Wells, I'm not sure. So the fort is falling. Fort Washington is ours, gentlemen. The fort is ours. They still have troops at the sort of the pinnacle or the salient of the fort here, linking up with the rest of their fortifications. We've got one more fort to take still. Anderson, I want you to move at the double. He's also get in that fort and shoot at the other troops that are dug in here from the rear. Try and roll up their flank as best we can. You're gonna move over that way. Again, the goal is to swing all the way over to this fort and take it. I don't think we're going to do it in time, though. Especially if they've got troops in all these positions here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I guess we'll see. I don't get the sense that we lose if we don't take it in time. I get the sense that enemy reinforcements start to come up. That would be my assumption. Alright, Lee, get up here, rally your men. I don't want to take Washington too early. Yeah, I don't have the 4th Corps, so that's what you're saying? The 1 hour is when your 4th Corps comes in, or any additional reinforcements? Good to know. Alas, I lack that. Okay, driven them out of those defensive works. Go ahead and have Stockton take ownership of those works. Alright, so that artillery is getting shot up now. Very good. Very good. Put the double, you guys get in here. Hopefully, time before the Yankees arrive. And move the rest of your line this way. Continue advancing east. These guys will threaten the capital and probably eventually be my troops that take it. But again, I'm not looking to rush the capital right now or anything like that. Because I'm pretty certain as soon as the capital falls, the enemy gets some reinforcements. You can see here Cameron's brigade. Got its rear facing us. Crocker's protecting our flank by engaging Buell. And we're advancing toward the one last fort that we have to take. The enemy has quite a few troops in front of us here at Fort Washington. I have to keep that in mind. Alright, Crocker is doing a pretty good job with his 1863 Springfields. Just drove Buell back. These guys all get full supply because they're in that fort. Presumably has plenty of supply. I just don't know if we have enough manpower to take this fort. The enemy has quite a few troops in this battle. Troops that it seems like we haven't found yet. I don't know if they're in the city or if they're somewhere else. We're all kind of spread out. Well, that didn't take long. Cameron's like, I'm gonna go in the fort. No, actually, I'm gonna die. Alright, what do they have still? They've got 16,000 soldiers to our 26,000. Still heavily outnumber them. But maybe not everywhere. Why don't you guys stop double quicking? Be a good idea. I don't even see the need to take this fort. Like, what's the point of taking this fort if we can just move into Washington? We've got sort of an intact trench line here to the left. Seems kind of silly to me. Come on. There you go. Volley in favor. Get him to run. Maybe get one more before he gets out of range. Nope. Alright. Advance. Again, we're in behind them. Really, the fort's the one thing that's going to be the challenge here. I had to leave substantial forces behind. The enemy did have troops still in front of us. I don't know where these men are running to. Maybe they've got troops in these trench lines here to the north, too? I'm not quite sure. This fort is at least empty. Dilworth just took a nice little volley there. Hammond trying to volley Adams on the flank. What are you blocked by? There you go. Give him a nice little volley there. Send him off. To move in on this last fort. A fort too far. Ah, yes. The Richmond campaign of earlier this year. Or actually last year. Richmond campaign of 2017. Fort too far. The Union was attacking the Confederate capital. Massive casualties. 90,000 friendly losses. Every fort taken but the final one. Just as the clock expires. Yeah, I don't think I've got enough men to take this fort, but we'll see. I don't know what the enemy has here. We've got 14,000 more enemy troops to face. We've got some, I don't know, 5,000, 6,000 here on our left. The forts must fall. Okay. Well, we've already taken Fort Derussi. General, while our forces assault the city, we must prevail in the northern sector, then march down and destroy the last opposition. We have to ensure Fort Stevens and the nearby forts, or else our... Huh? We have to secure Fort Stevens and the nearby forts, or else our army will remain split in two parts and vulnerable, forcing us to retreat. Don't hesitate. Attack and take the forts. Well, I already have. So, what am I trying to do? I've already got these forts. They're already mine. Like, really? What do you want me to do? I thought I had more troops in Fort Stevens. I didn't think I pulled all those guys out. In any event, the enemy only has 5,000 men on the field here? I could probably hold each fort with the manpower I have in it currently. But I am going to want to push south with some of these guys too, right? I'm assuming the next phase will be my northern attack force linking up with my southern attack force. I assume that's the next phase. Good thing is the Yankees won't have much manpower to bring south. I suppose I could put one more brigade in the fort over here. Maybe two. Just to be sure it doesn't fall. Yeah. They don't know we've already taken these forts, guys. That would be my guess. Alright. Our northern attack force is in surprisingly good shape, I think. Troops are all in really good shape. Some of them don't have much ammo. That is a challenge, I think. Getting some of these troops a little bit of extra ammunition. But other than that, I think we're doing pretty well. Jones's brigade is routing. They've got like isolated detachments around here. Again, it would be really great to have some cavalry for myself. Why don't you guys run to that fort? 3,400 men should be more than enough to secure it. More volleys in on Wood's brigade. Maybe that'll finish it. Yep, and it did. Not even two. You just needed one. Presumably that cavalry's going to run into our troops somewhere. Really annoying, though. They just ride around in between your lines. Like, where do we go? Alright, those guys are about to pull off the field. Finish them off! Okay. We've captured the northern forts. Now they must begin to march south to give the final blow to Washington's defenders. This, they will be fighting on all sides. Charge! Alright. So, I guess they all fall out of their fortifications? Just in the in-between phase. Meanwhile, all of these troops are going to just move south. These troops will likewise just move south. And as we drive these guys north, they're just going to fall back into the forts we've taken. Hopefully get destroyed. How are you flanked? Flanked by what? Alright, so we've got 5 more hours to finish them off. I hope that won't be necessary. Oh, I want you attacking the enemy artillery. I don't want you attacking the enemy infantry. So we'll probably need some extra infantry support here. On this one last fort over here, but I don't imagine that will be too much to ask. By the looks of it, we finished off that one artillery unit. swinging east toward the city this way. We've got our own troops here ready to take the city when the moment is right. I think he'd be a little more concerned about retreating right into the enemy. Or are they actually advancing? No, now they're routing. Keep advancing these men south. Whole bunch of artillery and stuff. Oh, shoot. Back there. Whole bunch of artillery and stuff over here. Cavalry. Again, playing more nuisance role than anything. Trying to get at our supply wagons, perhaps. Oh, this is such a mess. Advance! Come south, my boys. Alright, we really need to get in around on this flank, because there's a whole defensive front to the other side. Bring Jackson's brigade over here. Guys south. 4 more hours. The bulk of our forces, I think, are stacking up on the right flank. Harrison. Wait, he surrendered, but then he unsurrendered? No, Harrison. Oh, that's Harrison. Over here.
Your boy Harrison was quite correct. If it had not been for him, we might have walked into half the Union Army.
Where's the front line?
The front line is everywhere, sir. There is no front line. Like Nam.
It is kind of hectic at the moment. Adams, why don't you go over there? Alright. Advance! Alright, man. Move in and take the city. I don't know what this counterattack's gonna look like, but I assume it'll be pretty fierce. That brigade was destroyed. The brigade over there was destroyed. Seems like the bulk of their troops are probably around this one remaining fort. Like Washington is not their strong point. I have retaken some of these fortifications here around this fort in the north. Artillery over here. Move this infantry over here as well. Meanwhile, the bulk of our remaining strength, which, by the way, how many men is it? We've got about 72,000 men. Does not feel like it. We are kind of strung out a bit, though. Need to maybe see about moving some troops south.
Confederates secure Washington.
Need this one remaining fort to fall. Why don't you just charge it? Alright. We knocked Dilworth out of his position. Now we've just got to knock this artillery unit out, and I think the fort will be ours. There you go. The artillery's routed. Into the fort, my boys. Into the fort. Moving this way. Attack him from the rear. We've broken him. We've broken in. We've secured Fort Thomas, sort of. Still fighting in Fort Thomas, but secured the idea of Fort Thomas. I don't know where to expect any enemy reinforcements to defend Washington. Like, I assume they'll call up the militia and there will be some large body of troops that we've got to overcome in about 30 minutes. But I could be wrong. That's just my assumption. Alright, the artillery's routed. Now we just need... Alright, there you go. There goes the infantry. Lane, Stockton. Got one more brigade in the fort to deal with. And he's routing. Well, now we have troops on the flank. We'll go ahead and charge just to overwhelm these guys. They'll be getting shot at from the sides. All right. Where is the Union Army? I don't know. I don't know, sir. There's Confederates everywhere. Curtain surrendered to Federal cavalry. Great. Goddamn Federal cavalry in our rear. Playing the nuisance game. Oh, I left Kirkland all the way back here. Kirkland's like, yes, you can tell your grandchildren that we were at the Battle of Washington. Can't say we did anything. We just kind of sat out the battle. All right. 7 more minutes to contest Washington. 19 for Fort Thomas. They're down to 10,000 soldiers on the map. Maybe there isn't a counterattack? Sure love it if there wasn't. I'd love this for this to be the victory. Victory that seals the war. I don't know what to expect, though. We got 15 more minutes for Fort Thomas, 1 more minute for Washington. And the AI is just like, we're content to reoccupy our forts. Sir, well, you know, we lost the city, right? Well, just take the forts on the outside of the city. On this outside corner. Sir. Alright. So, moving on. Yeah, you charge Adams' flank.
A valiant charge. Charge doomed to fail.
7 more minutes to contest Fort Thomas. Then we may have won. I guess we'll find out. Or if we have to fight the full 3 hours. They don't have any men, they don't have many men left to fight us with. Unless they get, again, like a call out the militia moment or something. It is getting dark though, so presumably there's not much time left to fight. Even if we fight out the last 3 hours, it'll be 10 p.m. in the game time. One more minute, and we'll find out what happened. Proceeding to the next what? What? Loading. Don't tell me the game froze. Okay. Oh my god. 99,000 soldiers. Look at all those blue arrows. Look at them. Oh my god.
We have to acknowledge the fighting spirit of the Federals who desperately fought to the last man yesterday. They did not leave an inch of ground undefended. All soldiers from both armies who sacrificed their lives shall be remembered for their heroic acts. Our men are exhausted from a full day of carnage, and now they have to fight again. The Army of the Potomac, commanded by General Grant and several Union corps, have encircled us. Prepare to attack. There is no escape, so we have to give our last battle here in Washington. If we hold the city and the forts, we can claim total victory. To battle, men. To battle. This is Armageddon.
Wow. I don't even know what I have left to fight with. I got 74,000 soldiers in good defensive ground. My main concern is this little arrow here, which looks like they're going to come in from the south. If we get to reorganize our force, we might be in decent shape. Lost a lot of generals, though. Can we replace them? Yes. No. No, we can't. Maybe if we had a reserve, we could. Alright, guys. Well, this is the logical stopping point. We won the Battle of Washington only to be faced with yet another battle. Well, really still the Battle of Washington. But we attacked the forts, we took them, we took the city, and now we await the federal counterattack. That means we have several episodes more to play. So in some sense, that's good. But it'll be a tough struggle. The enemy has more than double, almost triple our artillery. The manpower isn't as big of a concern, but the artillery really is. And we'll see if we have enough men to effectively guard the trench lines that we just took. Turning around and using the trenches that we took in defense against the Union attacking to liberate its own capital. But with that being said, guys, that'll be for another video. I hope you're enjoying this series. I hope you look forward to the last couple of episodes. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.